The arrival of the Invincible. The galaxy had many stories, but one story spread faster than all. It was about a warship built by the strongest alien empire. The ship was not just big, it was something beyond imagination. Its body was made of black metal that no weapon could break. Its energy core burned brighter than a star, and its weapons could destroy a fleet in one single strike. Aliens across the galaxy gave it one name. They called it the Invincible. They believed no planet, no fleet, no power could stand against it. In the great council of alien leaders, voices echoed. Humanity is young. One leader said, "They are weak, they are small, they have no empire like us. They cannot fight the Invincible. It will erase them in moments." The council agreed. The warship was ready to enter human space. Its first target was a lonely human outpost near the border. Inside that outpost, only machines worked. No humans were there. The Empire wanted to send a message of fear, to show humanity what waited for them. Far away, in the command center of Earth's defense, a human commander stood silent. His eyes looked at the screen showing the incoming vessel. The Invincible moved like a shadow across the stars. Its size was so large that planets looked small near it. The officers around him whispered in fear, "Sir, should we attack first? Should we call reinforcements?" But the commander raised his hand. "No," he said softly. "Not yet. Let them come closer." The aliens inside the Invincible laughed. They watched as human satellites tried to scan them, but the scans failed, bouncing back useless. "See how blind they are," one alien officer said. "They do not even know what we are made of." Then, without warning, the warship fired its first weapon. A beam of light cut through space. The human outpost exploded into dust. Nothing was left, not even fragments. The galaxy celebrated. Across alien worlds, people cheered. "Humanity is finished," they said. "They will surrender now." But on Earth, there was no panic. The humans did not cry out in fear. Instead, the commander gave a strange order. "All fleets hold position, no return fire." The officers looked at each other in shock. "Sir, they destroyed our outpost, why not respond?" The commander only said one line. "Because this is only the beginning, and they must believe we are unprepared." Inside the Invincible, alien leaders felt pride. They thought victory was already theirs. Messages from the Empire came in. Proceed to the next stage, erase their colonies, then Earth itself. But as the warship moved forward, something unseen stirred in the dark. Small human satellites that looked dead suddenly lit up. They did not fire weapons. They only watched, scanning quietly, recording every move, as if waiting for the perfect moment. The alien officers noticed them. "Commander, human satellites are waking up," one said. The alien commander laughed. "They are desperate. They think toys can help them. Ignore it." But those satellites were not toys. They were eyes of humanity, watching every second, waiting for one command that had not yet been spoken. Back on Earth, the human commander stood still. He looked calm, but inside his mind was fire. He knew something the galaxy did not, something that would change everything. And as the Invincible moved closer to human space, he whispered under his breath, "Let them believe they are winning. For when the moment comes, the galaxy will see our true power." The stars around Earth grew darker as the Invincible advanced. Planets shook under its shadow. Alien fleets cheered at the sight of it, but in the silence of humanity's command center, every human waited, their breath held, because they knew the arrival of the Invincible was only the first step, and its end would come faster than anyone could imagine. Humanity's silent watchers. The galaxy expected humans to scream in fear, but no scream came. After the first human outpost was destroyed, there was only silence. A silence that felt strange, a silence that made even alien generals uneasy. On board the Invincible, alien officers laughed. "Look at them, weak and frozen." One said, "They will surrender without a fight." Another added. The alien commander nodded with pride. "Good, then let us prepare our strike on their colonies. When they see planets burn, They will beg for mercy. But far from the alien fleet hidden in the blackness of space, human satellites drifted. They looked dead, broken, useless. But one by one, their eyes opened. Tiny red lights blinked in the darkness, each light watching, recording, and waiting in the command center on Earth. Officers whispered nervously, "Sir, the satellites are ready. They are watching everything." The human commander stood still, his eyes sharp like steel. "Good," he said quietly. "Do not engage yet. Let them believe we are blind, let them believe we are afraid." Alien spies in nearby systems sent messages to their leaders. "Humans are not fighting back," they reported. "They sit and wait like prey." The leaders of the Empire laughed. "This is the proof. Humans are nothing more than children in the galaxy." But deep inside those human satellites, hidden systems activated, they were not normal machines. They were silent watchers, linked together in a secret web, gathering information, measuring power, studying every movement of the Invincible. Inside the alien warship, one officer frowned. "Commander, something is strange. The humans do not resist, yet their machines, they keep watching us." The alien commander dismissed it with a wave of his hand. "They are desperate. They think eyes can stop us. Let them watch. It will be the last sight they ever see." But he was wrong. For the more the humans watched, the more they learned. Every shot fired, every shield raised, every system activated. The satellites recorded it all. It was as if the humans were peeling the skin off the warship, layer by layer. Back on Earth, the commander stood in front of a giant screen. The Invincible's image filled the room, its dark metal body glowing with stolen starlight. But around it, numbers and patterns danced. The secret weakness of the warship was being revealed. One young officer spoke nervously. "Sir, should we send the fleet now? We have enough data to fight." The commander turned to him, his voice calm but heavy. "No, not yet. The galaxy is watching. Every alien race has their eyes on this battle. If we strike too soon, they will believe it was luck. But if we wait, if we let the Invincible destroy more than when we erase it, the galaxy will understand the truth that humanity is power itself." The alien warship prepared another strike. This time, it aimed at a small colony on the edge of human space. Families lived there, children played under artificial suns, and now, all of them were in danger. The colony's governor sent a desperate message. "Please, Earth, send ships, send weapons. We cannot escape, we cannot hide." The commander read the message. His hands clenched, but he did not give the order to attack. Instead, he whispered, "Hold, just a little longer." In the colony, Sky the Invincible appeared, its shadow swallowing the light. Children looked up in fear, parents held them close, and then the warship's weapons began to glow. At that exact moment, one human satellite hidden near the colony released a strange signal. It was not a weapon, it was a key. A code that unlocked something far older, far more dangerous. Something the galaxy had never seen before. The aliens did not notice it. Their focus was on the colony. They believed victory was already theirs, but in the silence of space, humanity's watchers whispered to each other. They were no longer just satellites. They were part of something greater. Something waiting to awaken. The Invincible fired. A giant beam rushed toward the colony. But at the last second, a hidden human defense shield activated. The beam shattered in mid-space, exploding into harmless sparks. The aliens gasped in shock. "What is this? How did they block us?" The commander of the Invincible roared, "Impossible! No shield can stop our weapons!" But the humans had done it. And as silence filled the galaxy once more, the truth began to grow. The humans were not prey. They were hunters. And their watchers had seen enough. The moment was coming. The moment when the galaxy's strongest warship would fall. The hidden weapon, the Invincible, had fired again and again. Each time its power lit up the stars. Each time alien fleets cheered. But each time, the humans revealed something new. A shield here, A strange countermeasure there, as if they were not fighting to survive, but testing, waiting, watching. Inside the alien warship, officers grew restless. "Commander," one said, "these humans are not panicking. They should be terrified by now," another whispered. "They are delaying us. Maybe they are hiding something." The alien commander slammed his hand on the control panel. "Do not speak of fear. We are the invincible. No one hides from us. We are the hunters. They are only prey." But in the silence of space, humanity was preparing something far greater than prey could imagine. Deep beneath the surface of Earth, inside a hidden research station, a giant chamber came alive. Machines roared, lights flickered, and in the middle of the chamber stood a weapon. Not a cannon, not a missile. Something the galaxy had never seen before. It was called Project Eclipse. A weapon built not for many battles, but for one single strike. One strike so powerful it could erase what others thought eternal. Scientists in white suits worked around the weapon, their voices shaking with fear and excitement. "Commander, the system is stable, but once fired we cannot stop it. It will burn everything in its path." The human commander appeared on the screen, his face calm. "Good," he said. "Then it is time to show the galaxy who we are. But wait for my order. Not before, not after. When I speak, the galaxy will remember." Meanwhile, the Invincible closed in on another human colony, its weapons glowing once more. Alien soldiers celebrated. "This is the end of humanity," they shouted. "They cannot resist us forever." But something strange happened. The human satellites that had been quietly watching suddenly shifted. They moved together, forming a strange pattern around the Invincible, like hunters circling prey. Alien officers noticed. "Commander, the satellites are not random anymore. They are forming some kind of net around us." The alien commander laughed. "Let them. They are only toys. When we fire again, they will burn with the rest." But those satellites were not toys, they were keys. Keys connected to Project Eclipse, each one feeding information, each one guiding power, until the weapon hidden on Earth was ready to strike. Back in the command center, the human officers held their breath. "Sir, the pattern is complete. The Invincible is inside the web." The commander nodded slowly. "Good. Now the galaxy will learn." At that exact moment, inside the Invincible, alarms began to ring. "Commander, strange energy readings. They are building something. We cannot identify it." The alien commander growled. "Impossible. They have no weapon strong enough. They are bluffing." But fear had already started to grow. The alien officers looked at each other. Whispers filled the great halls of the ship. What if they can fight us?" The Invincible prepared to fire on the colony below, its giant weapons aimed, energy glowing brighter and brighter. But before the shot was released, the satellites flared red, a signal shot through space and far away in the hidden chamber on Earth. Project Eclipse awakened. The weapon did not roar like a cannon. It did not scream like a missile. It whispered, a low hum that shook the core of the Earth itself. And, in the next moment, a single beam of light, thin and sharp, left the hidden chamber and vanished into space. On the alien screens, nothing appeared. They saw no missile, no explosion, only silence. But then, the Invincible shook. For the first time in its existence, its unbreakable armor cracked. Alien officers screamed, "Commander, we are hit, but there was no weapon, no strike. We don't understand." The alien commander's face turned pale. "What have they done?" he whispered. "What is this human weapon?" In the command center on Earth, the human commander watched as numbers scrolled across the screen. The Invincible's energy core flickered, its shields collapsed, and its great weapons fell silent. The commander spoke in a voice calm, but filled with power. "They believed we were weak. They believed we were blind. But today the galaxy learns the truth. Humanity does not run, humanity does not bow. Humanity erases what others call invincible." The room erupted in silence. Every officer frozen. They all knew it. The moment had come. The hidden weapon had revealed itself, and the fate of the galaxy's strongest warship was already written. The instant of erasure, the Invincible stood, in the middle of human space, its weapons still glowing with deadly energy. But for the first time, its armor carried scars. For the first time, silence filled its halls instead of laughter. Alien officers rushed across control decks. "Commander, we don't understand. Something pierced our shield, something we cannot detect." Another shouted, "Our systems are failing. The energy core is unstable." The alien commander gritted his teeth. His voice was sharp with anger, but trembling with fear. "No weapon in this galaxy can hurt us. No human invention can touch us. It must be a trick, a desperate illusion." But deep inside, even he felt the truth. The Invincible had met something greater. Far away on Earth. The human commander stood silent. His officers waited, their hands hovering over controls. The hum of Project Eclipse filled the chamber. It was ready for one final strike. One that would not just wound but erase. "Sir," an officer whispered, "we have the lock. If you give the command, the Invincible will fall." The commander closed his eyes for a moment. He remembered the outpost reduced to dust. He remembered the colony almost erased. He remembered the alien arrogance, calling humanity weak, calling them prey. Then his eyes opened, cold and sharp like blades. His voice echoed across the command center. "Fire." In that instant, the satellites surrounding the Invincible all turned bright red. Beams of invisible energy linked them together, forming a web across the stars. At the center of the web, the alien warship struggled, unaware that its last moment had arrived. Inside the Invincible, alarms screamed louder. "Commander, something is surrounding us. We are trapped inside an energy field," the alien commander roared. "Break free, fire on them." But before the order was finished, Project Eclipse spoke. The weapon did not shine like normal light. It burned like the death of a star, a single beam invisible to alien eyes but unstoppable, cut through the void, and in less than a heartbeat, it touched the heart of the Invincible. There was no explosion, no dramatic fire. The warship simply vanished. One moment it existed, the next moment, nothing remained. Not a fragment, not a shadow. Just empty space. Alien fleets across the galaxy went silent. Millions had been watching the live transmission, expecting to see humanity destroyed. Instead, they saw the galaxy's strongest warship erased in an instant. On alien homeworlds, fear spread like wildfire. Leaders who had once mocked humanity now trembled. If the Invincible could be erased, what chance did their fleets have? Inside Earth's command center, the officers gasped. Some could not believe what they had witnessed. "Sir, it's gone," one whispered. "The Invincible is gone." The commander did not smile. He did not cheer. He only stood tall and said, "Send the message." A signal was broadcast across every channel in the galaxy. A simple voice, calm but powerful. "This is humanity. We do not seek war. But if you bring it to us, know this. No weapon is invincible." The galaxy listened in silence. Every empire, every leader, every soldier, who had once called humans weak, now looked at Earth with fear. On the alien worlds, riots broke out. Some shouted, "The humans have a weapon beyond gods." Others whispered, "If they can erase the Invincible, they can erase us all." And deep in the shadows of the galaxy, new plans were made. Some empires thought of peace, others thought of revenge, but all agreed on one thing. Humanity had changed the balance forever. The commander on Earth looked once more at the empty space, where the Invincible had stood moments before, his voice low, almost to himself. "The galaxy wanted to see our strength. Now they have seen it, but this is only the beginning." And in that silence, a new legend was born. The day the strongest warship was erased in a single instant, the day the galaxy understood. Humanity was not prey. Humanity was power. Humanity's message. The Invincible was gone, not broken, not damaged, but gone as if it had never existed. Alien fleets that once circled with pride now drifted in silence. No commander gave orders. No soldier dared to move. For they had seen what no one believed possible. On distant worlds, Leaders who once laughed at Earth now whispered in fear. If their weapon can erase the invincible, then no empire is safe. Messages of panic spread across the stars. Markets collapsed, armies froze. The name of Earth, once spoken with mockery, now carried the weight of terror. Inside Earth's command center, the human officers still stared at the empty screen, where the invincible had stood only moments before. Some shook their heads, others whispered prayers, but all knew they had witnessed history. The commander stood at the center of the room, calm, steady, unshaken. He raised his hand. Prepare. The broadcast, he said. The galaxy is listening. Technicians worked quickly. Signals spread through every channel, from the deepest colonies to the oldest empires. All tuned in. All waited to hear the words of the humans. The ones who erased the strongest warship. The commander's face appeared. His eyes sharp, his voice calm. He did not shout, he did not boast. He spoke slowly, every word like thunder. This is humanity. We did not build this weapon to conquer. We did not create it to enslave. But we will never kneel. We will never bow. And we will never forgive those who bring death to our people. His words traveled across star systems. Billions listened in. Silence. We have been called weak, we have been called prey, but today you saw the truth. The invincible is no more. And if you force us to act again, then more than a ship will vanish. Entire empires may follow. Gasps echoed across alien councils. Some leaders trembled, others clenched their fists, but none dared to speak against the message. The commander ended with words that became legend. Humanity does not seek war, but if you bring it to our door, we will answer. And when we answer, there will be nothing left to remember you by. The broadcast ended, but the silence remained. Across the galaxy. Debates raged in secret halls. Some said, "Make peace with Earth, for war will only bring ruin." Others whispered, "We must find their secret. We must take it for ourselves." But even the bravest knew the truth. Whatever weapon humanity held, it was beyond their understanding, beyond their reach. On Earth, the people celebrated, not with cheers, but with relief. They had faced the galaxy's strongest threat, and survived. More than survived, they had triumphed. Children looked at the stars differently now, not with fear, but with pride, knowing that their world had stood against the impossible, and won. The commander watched the celebrations from his window, the city lights glowing below. His officers came to him. "Sir, the people are safe. The galaxy fears us now, but what happens next?" The commander's face remained calm, his voice steady. "What happens next?" he repeated softly. "What happens next is choice. The galaxy must decide, peace or war. And humanity must be ready for both." Far beyond Earth, in the shadows of space, the wreckage of the invincible was gone. Not a fragment remained, but in the memory of the galaxy, its fall would never be forgotten. Generals would whisper it in fear. Children would hear it in stories. And enemies would wake from dreams with its shadow in their minds. The day the strongest warship vanished. The day humanity revealed its hidden power. The day Earth was no longer prey. And so, the legend spread, not of the invincible, but of the humans, the ones who erased it in an instant, the ones who stood against the galaxy and declared, "We are here, we are strong, and we will never fall."